Okay, Hare Krishna. So I don't think we need a mic, right? And Prabhu, it's okay? Okay, perfect.
You have mic if you are going for Facebook Live.
No, I think
but the mic is okay for.
it's there.
One
Okay.
mic, there's one mic full mic.
Fine. So all of you can hear me
Yes.
properly? Perfect. Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So today we are going to begin the most auspicious Caitanya Caritamrit series. And before we do that, we'll begin with a bhajan that was composed by Nityanand Prabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he asked Nityanand Prabhu that you go and you glorify Lord Krishna. You go and you ask others to take the name of Lord Krishna. And Nityanand Mahaprabhu goes and he says the name of Gauranga. And then he composed this bhajan that we are about to sing today. So Prabhu, if you could just focus there. Bhaja Gauranga, Kaha Gauranga, Laha Gaurangero Namare, Bhaja Gauranga, Kaha Gauranga, Laha Gaurangero Namare, Bhaja Gaurango, Kaho Gaurango, Laho Gaurangero Namare, Bhaja Gaurango, Kaho Gaurango, Laho Gaurangero Namare, Jai Jana Gauranga Bhaje, Shreya Amara Prana Re, 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 Bhaja Gauranga, Kaha Gauranga, Laha Gaurangero Namare, Bhaja Gauranga, Kaha Gauranga, Laha Gaurangero Namare, Gauranga Buliya, Dubahu Tuliya, Gauranga Buliya, Dubahu Tuliya, Gauranga Buliya, Dubahu Tuliya, Gauranga Buliya, Dubahu Tuliya, Nachaya, Nachaya, Bairao Re, Nachaya, Nachaya, Bairao Bhaja Gauranga, Kaha Gauranga, Laha Gaurangero Namare, Bhaja Gauranga, Kaha Gauranga, Laha Gaurangero Namare, Jai Jana Gauranga Bhaje, Shreya Amara Prana Re, Jai Jana Gauranga Bhaje, Shreya Amara Prana Re, Gauranga Bhajile, Gauranga Chapile, Gauranga Bhajile, Gauranga Chapile, Gauranga Bhajile, Gauranga Chapile, Gauranga Bhajile, Gauranga Chapile, Hoy Dukhero Abashyan
Hare
worships Lord Gauranga is indeed my life and soul. First, chanting Gauranga, go out with your arms raised, dancing and dancing. Second, by chanting Gauranga and worshipping him, one's miseries will end.
Thank you. Okay. So as I said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Nityanand Prabhu that you go and chant the names of Krishna and ask everyone to chant the name of Krishna, but instead Nityanand Prabhu, he started chanting the name of Gauranga. Okay. So with that, Prabhu, let's dive into the chapter 1 Adi Lila. If you could just share. We'll do Mangalacharan. So Mangalacharan is supposed to be done along, not call or response session. Okay. So let's begin. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kadamayyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yudhapatakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrijatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Picharine Nirvishesh Shunyavadi Paschati Deshitarine Namo Mahabadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namni Gaur Kushe Nama Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhiyevacha Patita Nama Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vishnu Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namne Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharni Nirvisheshunadi Paschati Deshitarni Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vishnu Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Niti Namne Shivash Mami Devi Daita Kripa Vadya Krishna Sambandha Vigyan Dayani Prabhai Nama Madhurya Chakramadya Shilpunugam Tinone Namaste. So my foremost pranams to Guru Maharaj, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada, all the Vaishnava Acharyas, the Guru Shishya Parampara, and all the Vaishnava and Vaishnavis sitting here. So we started these programs 2 years back, and in the first batch we completed complete Bhagavad Gita course, and for the second batch it's running, and then we also began Srimad Bhagavatam. Now, to understand Srimad Bhagavatam, which is like the heart of Sri Krishna, first we have to understand the mood of Sri Krishna. And Caitanya Caritamrit is the mood of Sri Krishna. So Caitanya Caritamrit helps us to relish or to understand Srimad Bhagavatam better. Okay? Now this is, as I keep on saying, is a very high level, deep philosophy. It's a PhD level thing. So and I am nowhere qualified to speak on this, but just for the sake of the devotees, to please my Guru Maharaj, to please A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada, and to serve ISKCON Dublin, I am attempting this. There will be many mistakes in this series, so I beg for your forgiveness. As per I have heard from Guru, Sadhu and Shastra, I am going to repeat all the words. And then we have senior devotees, Madhvi Mataji, so if there is any truti, anything mistake, or if there is any question that I am unable to answer, so I am going to redirect to you, Mataji, so that you can help me answer those questions. Because as I said, this is a very high topic, but just because we have to relish Srimad Bhagavatam, I am attempting this. That is the only reason I am doing this. So before we begin, is there anyone here who has never read Bhagavad Gita completely? Okay, completely. Yes, all, everything. So who knows all the teachings of Bhagavad Gita? Okay, fine. Because Bhagavad Gita is the graduation study, Srimad Bhagavatam is the postgrad study, and Caitanya Caritamrit is the PhD level study. Now, this does not mean that one is less than the other. All three of them are equally potent to take us back to Godhead. It's our understanding. Based on our understanding, there are three divisions. How far can we go? So this Caitanya Caritamrit is the epitome, the last that we have to reach in bhakti. Okay, so for those of you who have not read Bhagavad Gita completely, just small background and then we'll jump into Caitanya Caritamrit. So in Bhagavad Gita, in the beginning, we know there is a fight going on about to start between Pandavas and the Kauravas. And right before the fight is about to begin, Arjun has some questions that he asks to Krishna, and he says he's not going to fight this war. And he gives 5 reasons. I'm not going to ask because we have less time here. And then Krishna starts refuting his each argument of why he should fight the war. Okay? And then Krishna brings him from the bodily conception to the conception of soul, on the soul platform. Right? Now, just a practical example to understand that if I am driving a car, if I am controlling a car, so I decide whether I have to turn right or turn left, isn't it? That means I am the driver, I am driving that car. I control it, I am the master of the car. But we can't say the same for our body. If I am the master, if I am this body, if I am the controller of this body, can I decide if my nails would grow or no? Can I decide if my hairs would grow or no? Can I decide will I fall sick or not? If it's my body, if I'm the controller, I should decide that, isn't it? The fact that I'm not able to decide means that I am not the controller. Okay? There is something more to it. And that's why we have to come to the platform of soul. So Krishna starts giving the conversation of soul. And after that, everything that we see or we can think of, everything belongs to Krishna. Can anyone tell me who have read Bhagavad Gita, who has read Bhagavad Gita with us, that what is the reason we are here in this material world? What is the reason? Desire. Yes. It's desire. Where does the desire reside? What is the sitting place of desire? Mind. Yes. What does Krishna say in 9.34? Who can tell me? 9.34. Anyone remembers Bhagavad Gita? No one? Okay. I'll give it man mana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Okay. 9. Prabhuji, can you just quickly open a new tab? BG 9.34. Madhyaji mam namaskuru. Te satyam. Yeah. So that is 18.65 that you are saying. Yeah. In the next tab, please open 18.65. The reason I am making him do this because we understand the mood of Krishna. Read the first line. Man mana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Go back to 9.34. Open 2 tabs, Prabhuji. Man mana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Same thing is being repeated. 18 chapters. The middle is 9th chapter. Okay? 9 plus 9, 18. Mathematics. In the middle, Krishna is saying, Man mana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. And in the end, 18.65, he is saying the same thing. Man mana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Let's go to the translation, Prabhu. Always think of me, become my devotee, worship me, and offer your homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend. Okay? So note down the two verses. Now, we are here because of the desire. The desire sit in the mind. Okay? And can we control the mind? Is it easy to control the mind?
Not easy.
No. What does Arjun say about the mind? Can anyone tell me?
It's like air.
No, it's not like air. He says, I can control air, the wind. Who knows the verse 6.353, 6.36? Chanchalam hi mana pramati balbadranam. Right? That my mind, I am powerful enough to control the wind, but I cannot control my mind. So Krishna has emphasized so much about controlling our mind in Bhagavad Gita. He says, Asamshaya mahabaho manodur nigraham chalam abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha griyate. Okay? That is why, and if I tell you, Akash Prabhu, that don't think about gulab jamun, so what are you thinking about? Gulab jamun, isn't it?
It just came in my mind.
Yeah, exactly. So this is how we are designed. Our mind is not strong. Okay? Now we cannot do, if someone asks us not to do something, we'll think about that only. And that is why we have to apply our mind to something that is going to take us to a higher cause. Okay? And we have to apply and surrender our mind to Krishna. Okay? This is very simple, because if I ask you not to do something, you will do the exact same thing. So rather than trying to control and making your mind void, nirvishesh shunyavadi, it's better that you apply your mind to a higher cause, that is Krishna. Now, again, coming to the pretext for people who have not read completely Bhagavad Gita. So I am going to demonstrate on this whiteboard in some time. There are two worlds. There are two separate realms. One is spiritual and one is material. Okay? For some reason we are stuck in this material world, which has 4 problems. What are those?
Death, old age disease.
Yeah. BODY, body. Birth, old age, disease, and Yamaraj, death. So remember it like this. There are 4 problems everyone has. That is birth, old age, disease, and death. Everyone in this material world, starting from Lord Brahma to an insignificant ant, has the problems. Now Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 4.9, who can recite the verse? 4.9. Yes, Giriraj Prabhu.
जन्म कर्म च मे दिव्यम एवं यो वेति तत्त्वतः तत्त्वदेहं पुनर्जन्म नेति मामेति च अर्जुन.
So please keep writing these things. These are the basics that everyone must know. So that's why I'm saying that this is for serious students. This Caitanya Caritamrit. This is philosophy. And this verse, as I said, is one of the favorite verses of Srila Prabhupada. Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tattvata tyaktva deham punarjanma na iti mameti so Arjuna. Bhagavad Gita chapter 4 text 9 4.9. Okay? The translation goes, Janma karma, my janma, my birth, and my karma, my pastimes, cha me divyam, it's transcendental. Evam yo veti tattvata, one who understands this in reality by fact, tattva. Tyaktva deham punarjanma na iti. Upon quitting the body, there will be no reincarnation. Mam eti so Arjuna. O Arjun, you will come back to me. What are the things that we need to do? We need to understand that the pastimes and the birth of Krishna are transcendental by fact. Okay? Now, where do we get the pastimes and the birth of Krishna? Which scripture speaks about it? Srimad Bhagavatam. So what is the key to going back to Godhead as per Krishna? Srimad Bhagavatam. Isn't it? Srimad Bhagavatam is the key to go back to Godhead. Tyaktva deham punarjanma na iti. You will not get reincarnation. Mam iti, you will come back to me. So we have to study Bhagavatam. Nityam Bhagavata Sevya. Okay? Every day we have to do that. But to understand Bhagavatam, we need to understand Caitanya Caritamrit. Okay? So, without going further into detail, when we study this course, we will get to know everything. So, before that, we will just say one prayer, that is Caitanya Caritamrit Anta Lila 12.1. Please repeat after me. Shruyatam Shruyatam Nityam Giyatam Giyatam Muda Chintayam Chintayam Bhaktas Chaitanya Charitamritam. Prakash Prabhu, please read the translation.
O devotees, may the transcendental life and characteristics of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always be heard, chanted and meditated upon with great happiness.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Okay. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, please write down the name. He is the author of Caitanya Caritamrit. Okay. Can anyone tell me who wrote Chaitanya Mangal or Chaitanya Bhagavat? Anyone knows here? Who wrote Chaitanya Bhagavat? No one knows? Okay. So, the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya are divided into three. That is Adi, Madhya and Ant. Adi means the beginning, Madhya means the middle, and Ant means the end. Okay? Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lived for, we will come to the fact who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but this is life. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lived for 48 years. Okay? The first portion, the 24 years are called his Adi Lila. Okay? Then the 6, they are the Madhya, and the remaining 18 are the Ante Lila. Okay? Please note that down. Vrindavan Chandra Das, he wrote Chaitanya Bhagavat. In Chaitanya Bhagavat, he was completely absorbed in the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. So while he was writing, he was supposed to write from start to end. But because he was so much absorbed in the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, that he elaborated the mercy so much that he could not complete the Antalila. Okay? And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he was born in Bengal in a place called Katwa. This is a village. And then he went to Vrindavan. And in Vrindavan, he was a disciple of Raghunath Das Goswami. So we know there are Shad Goswamis, 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. Who can name them? The 6 Goswamis, who can name them?
Rupa Goswami,
Hmm?
Sanatan Goswami,
Hmm.
Albert Goswami,
Yes.
Jean Goswami,
Hmm.
Raghunath.
And
Gopal Bhatt.
Jiva Gopal.
Gopal Bhatt.
every day we sing, right?
Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivastava.
Hari Haraya Nama. Shri Rup Shri Sanatan Bhatt Raghunath. Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatt Das Raghunath. So Shri Raghunath Das Goswami, he was the Siksha Guru of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is the author of Chaitanya Caritamrit that we are about to study. Okay, so he is the author. Now Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he used to hear Chaitanya Charitamrit every day from Raghunath Das Goswami, who used to reside in Radha Kund for 42 years. So Raghunath Das Goswami, he resided in Radha Kund for 42 years, and every day he would speak about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And that is how Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami composed this great literature of Chaitanya Charitamrit. So he heard directly from his Guru. And this comes into Guru Shishya Parampara. So anything that is bona fide consists of Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. Everything that we say, or how do we know if something is bona fide? It should be in line with Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. They three will always speak the same thing, and that's how we know it's bona fide. Okay, so he heard from his Guru, and then he composed. He was very old, 90 years old. Who? Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. And he had actually written a very great literature, and it's called Sri Govind Lilamrit. That has the pastimes of Radharani and Krishna. And the inhabitants of Vrindavan, the sages of Vrindavan, they were so impressed by Krishnadas Goswami, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, that they requested, they begged him that we want you to write the Anta-lila of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he was reluctant. He said that I cannot write for three reasons. The first reason is I am unqualified. Second, I am extremely old. And the third reason is he had great respect for Vrindavan Das Thakur, because he had already written. And who is this Vrindavan Das Thakur? He is the incarnation of Ved Vyas. So in the beginning I am going to throw many information on you, and the beginning is going to be very heavy. But Mahaprabhu says that we should never be lazy when it comes to the philosophy. Pastimes will come, don't worry. This is Mahabhav. This Caitanya Caritamrit is the explosion of prem and bhakti. So we will get there. But before that, bear with me and write down all these important information, because first we need to understand how dedicated the writer, the author is. Then only we'll be able to relish the work done by the author. Okay? Prabhupada, he chanted for 40-45 years, hundreds of rounds in Radha Damodar temple. And then he started writing the scriptures, the books that we have today. So these books are not ordinary books. Caitanya Caritamrit, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, or any small book given by Prabhupada is not ordinary, because in his matured state, he wrote everything. Similarly, Goswami Tulsidas, he wrote Ramcharitmanas when he was 77 years. He had chanted for 77 years 100 billion names of Ram, 100 billion names. So in the Sant Samaj, in the association of the sages, so we chant 16 rounds every day, right? They call it a now. Now means a boat. One boat means, in Hindi, 1 Arab. How much is 1 Arab? Who can tell me? I think that is 10 million. 1 Arab. 100 crores. So one name less than 1 Arab is called one boat. And Tulsidas had chanted 9 boats. That is 900,000 crore name of Ram. And in his complete maturity, he started writing Ramcharitmanas. Similarly, Prabhupada, in complete maturity, he is a Nitya Siddha, so they are anyways completely mature. But for the sake of the Lila, when they are completely mature, they are writing all the scriptures. Similarly, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he said, I don't want to write because of the respect of Vrindavan Das Thakur. He is Ved Vyas, and he has already given us Chaitanya Bhagavat, that was formerly known as Chaitanya Mangal. Okay? But then the Vrindavan Vasis, the Braj Vasis, they begged that in Chaitanya Mangal or Chaitanya Bhagavat, only the Adi Lila and few parts of the Madhya Lila has been written. We don't know the cream, the Anta Lila of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And that is why we request you to write. And then he goes to Radha Madan Mohan temple. So have you been to Radha Madan Mohan temple in Vrindavan?
Yes.
Who has been to? Okay. That was the life of Sanatana Goswami, Radha Madan Mohan. And he goes before, and he paid his obeisances, and the garland from Radha Madan Mohan fell on him. And that is how he got the indication that Radha Madan Mohan wants him to write this great literature called Caitanya Caritamrit. So he was blessed by Radharani and Krishna in Vrindavan in front of everyone. And then he started writing this great literature called Caitanya Caritamrit. Okay? Now it is said by various devotees, Bhagavad Gita actually is for everyone. Even the lineage of Shankaracharya, who are prominent worshippers of Lord Shiva, they also have commentary on Bhagavad Gita. And then you go out, there are so many commentaries of people who don't see Lord Krishna as God, but still they have commentaries on Bhagavad Gita. Prabhupada said there are more than 1,000 commentaries. And then he wrote Bhagavad Gita as it is. The real commentary is still not there, right? So Bhagavad Gita is for the broader audience, for everyone. Everyone, whether be a Mayavadi, a personalist, they all read and try to understand Bhagavad Gita. Then Bhagavatam is a bit streamlined. Bhagavatam, the commentary is mostly given only in the four sampradayas. Do we know what are the four sampradayas? Who can tell me? What? Yeah, who else? What are the four? First one is Brahma Sampradaya. Second one is Rudra Sampradaya. Third, Shri Sampradaya. And fourth, Kumar Sampradaya. It's not like sequence, I'm just giving the four Sampradayas. So mostly you will find the Tika, the purport of Srimad Bhagavatam coming from these four Sampradayas. So it's a bit streamlined. Only the serious devotees who are completely to do with bhakti, because the second verse of Bhagavatam, Dharma projita kaitavotra paramo nirmat sarana satam, that defies karma kand, jnana kand, hat marg and everything, and it says Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kimva Pare Ishvare. When Mahamuni Ved Vyas has already written Srimad Bhagavatam, that is the nichod, essence of bhakti, what is the need of any other marg, any other thing? So Bhagavatam gives a disclaimer from the second verse, from the first verse actually, that it's just bhakti that we will proceed with. There is no karma kand. We are not interested in jnana kand. We are not interested in any other kand. It's only bhakti that we are interested in. That is Srimad Bhagavatam. And but still Srimad Bhagavatam is for all the sampradayas. The Vaishnavas, they relish Srimad Bhagavatam. But as we progress and go further, it's Caitanya Caritamrit. And Caitanya Caritamrit, you will only see the Gaudiya Vaishnavas who would be serious enough to deep dive into Caitanya Caritamrit. So it's like a triangle, it streamlines, and then only the serious, very serious and who want to spiritually advance, they come on the platform of understanding Srimad Bhagavatam. Right? It is said that one can never directly jump into the pastimes of Srimati Radharani and Krishna. Our end goal is to enter into the Braj Lila, isn't it? Our end goal, Krishna says, Sa mameti yasa Pandava. So Arjuna, mameti yasa Arjuna, that you come back to me. Mat karmakrita mat parmo mat bhakta sangha vardita nirvaira sarva bhuteshu yasa mameti Pandava. 1155. That is the essence of Bhagavad Gita. He says, if you do these 5 things, 1155, you will come back to me. Okay? 4.9 also he says the same thing. If you go to the translation, he certainly comes to me. Okay? Meaning, go back to Godhead, to Brajadham. So we will come to that. What is Brajadham and what is where we are actually. So we will come to that. So our end goal, this should be clear. If you are sitting today in this class or if you are continuing the series with us, one thing has to be certain, that your end goal is to going back to Golok Vrindavan Dham. Okay? Then only, I'm not saying then only continue, but this should be your goal of continuing in this class, that we have to go back to Godhead. Okay? But to enter the pastimes of Radha and Krishna, we cannot go directly. We cannot go directly to Braj Dham and then we will be entering the pastimes of Radha Krishna. No, that's not how it's going to happen. The door to entering Braj Dham is Caitanya Caritamrit. Only through Gaur Lila will we be able to enter Krishna Lila. Other than that, there is no other way. Other marg is extremely difficult. If you reject Mahaprabhu, it is said that there is no chance for us to going back to Krishna Lila. We may go somewhere, but not to Krishna Lila. Okay? So, our only source or our only shelter is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In order to get the mercy of Radha and Krishna, we need the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In order to get the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we need the mercy of Nityanand Mahaprabhu. We will come to that. For those who don't know who these personalities are, we will discuss, because most of you are here for the first time, I understand. And to get the mercy of Nityanand Prabhu, we need the mercy of Prabhupada. Okay? How are we going to get the mercy of Prabhupada? And serving his disciples, our Gurujans, our Acharyas. So this is, and what our Acharyas say? Stand 16 rounds, follow 4 regulative principles, and study Prabhupada books very deeply. So by doing this, we are getting the mercy of our Gurus. When Gurus are pleased, Prabhupada is pleased, Prabhupada is pleased, Nityanand Prabhu is pleased, he is pleased, Mahaprabhu is pleased, Mahaprabhu is pleased, Radha Rani and Krishna are pleased, and then the doors to going back to Vaikunt opens. So for the people who are here for the first time, we are not speaking about liberation or salvation. This is something beyond liberation. This is something beyond salvation. Okay? This is the ultimate. There is nothing above that. Okay? So I think I have given you so much of background. With that, we will just dive into this literature and the purport given by Srila Prabhupada. So, Prabhupada was translating Bhagavatam. When he was in the 7th canto, he suddenly stopped translating Bhagavatam and he instead started translating Caitanya Caritamrit. He did that in 18 months. And within 2 months, the book was published. Because this is the first time that this book has been published in English. Before that, it was only in Bengali. So if you had to read Caitanya Caritamrit, you would have to learn Bengali. Okay? But Prabhupada said that no, this is very extremely important. Once Prabhupada goes to USA. So for the people who don't know, Prabhupada is the founder Acharya of ISKCON. He is our Guru. So he goes to USA, and then the new disciples, the Americans, they learn, because Prabhupada was in Bengal body. He was born in Bengal. So they wanted to please Prabhupada, and then they made all Bengali dishes and sweets. And then they asked Prabhupada, the chef is asking, which among this dish is your favorite? So Prabhupada laughed. He said, oh, you want to know my favorite Bengali dish? He said, yes. My favorite Bengali dish is Caitanya Caritamrit. So if you have to please me, you study Caitanya Caritamrit every day. Similarly, there was a disciple, Kirti Prabhu, and he writes in his book his experience with Prabhupada. He says that once he used to serve Prabhupada, he was serving Prabhupada, and he goes to Prabhupada and he says, Prabhupada, I serve you and I do all sorts of seva. Can you please tell me which is your favorite seva? And Prabhupada said, the favorite seva you can do to me is you read Caitanya Caritamrit. I am pleased with that individual who reads Caitanya Caritamrit every day. Because Caitanya Caritamrit, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the life and soul of Prabhupada. And we sung Bhaja Gaurango, Sehi Amara Pranare. Nityanand Prabhu says the same thing. That those who chant Gauranga, that person is my heart, that person is my life. This is the glories of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So with that, let's dive into the chapter 1, Adi Lila. So as I said, it's into 3 parts. The middle, the Madhya Lila, has mostly been translated by Murari Gupta. Murari Gupta is Lord Hanuman. So Lord Hanuman incarnated as Murari Gupta, and he helped in most of the pastimes of the Madhya Lila, and in the Ant Lila it's Swarup Damodar. So Swarup Damodar did that. Is
That's not so.
okay, fine. So let's begin with Adi Lila, chapter 1. So I'm going to read this because this is short. Before this, there is introduction, there is preface. We won't go into it because that is huge. So it will take around 7 days to cover. And it's just the summary of what we are going to study. in the 19th chapter of the Adi Lila. So that's why I'm not going to cover that. We'll just begin with this introduction. So let's start. Now please pay attention. Okay. All glories to Sri Prabhupada. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than the combined form of Sri Radha and Krishna. He is the life of those devotees who strictly follow in the footsteps of Sri Rupa Goswami. Sri Rupa Goswami and Sri Sanatan Goswami are the two principal followers of Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami, who acted as the most confidential servitor of Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, known as Vishwambhar in his early life. A direct disciple of Sri Rupa Goswami was Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, the author of Sri Caitanya Caritamrit. Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami stands as the direct disciple of Sri Rupa Goswami and Sri Raghunath Das Goswami. Evam parampara praptir. Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 4.2 that whatever knowledge we should have should always flow via parampara. It's not that today I just want to speak something, I sit on the Vyasasana and I start speaking. No. Whatever I speak should be in line with Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. Always remember this. Guru, Sadhu means the saints, the sages, and Shastra means the scriptures. These three will always say the same thing. And the knowledge you should be getting should be in line with Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. Okay? So this is the disciplic succession. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gave direct Siksha to Rup and Sanatan Goswami. One among the Shad Goswamis, the 6 Goswamis. And they gave Siksha to Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is giving the Siksha to us today. This Chaitanya Caritamrit. Okay? The direct disciple of Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was Sri Narottama Das Thakur, who accepted Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti as his servitor. Every day we sing in Mangalarti, Sansara Dava, Nalagida Loka, Pranaya Karunya Kanagana. Who wrote that? Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. You must know this. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur wrote the Mangal Arti, the Guru Ashtak that we sing every day in the morning. Okay? So note this point. Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur accepted Shri Jagannath Das Babaji, who initiated Shri Bhakti Vinod Thakur, who in turn initiated Shri Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, the spiritual master of Om Vishnupad Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, the divine master of our humble self. So Prabhupada, then his spiritual master, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj, his spiritual master, who is it? Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, his spiritual master, and his spiritual master, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, his spiritual master, Narottama Das Thakur, his spiritual master, Raghunath Das Goswami, and his spiritual master, Rupa Goswami, and Rupa Goswami's spiritual master, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna. So the knowledge we are getting is directly from Krishna. And this is the correct way of receiving any knowledge. Okay, that is clear. Let's move on. Since we belong to this chain of disciplic succession from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this edition of Sri Chaitanya Caritamrit will contain nothing newly manufactured by our tiny brains, but only remnants of foodstuff originally eaten by Lord himself. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu does not belong to the mundane plane of the three qualitative modes. What are the three modes? Goodness, passion, and ignorance. Whatever we do today, whatever, is only the byproduct of these three things. Right? For instance, there are only three colors. What are those three colors?
Red, blue, green.
Red, green, and blue. And only from these three colors, all the colors of the world is made. Similarly, whatever we are doing today is a byproduct of only these three things: goodness, passion, and ignorance. We will study all these things in the whiteboard today. So, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu does not belong to the mundane plane of the three qualitative modes. He belongs to the transcendental plane beyond the reach of the imperfect sense perception of a living being. Even the most erudite mundane scholar cannot approach the transcendental plane unless he submits himself to transcendental sound with a receptive mood, for in that mood only can one realize the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Trinadapi sunichena, tarorapi sahishnuna, amanina manadena, kirtanya sadahari. So we can never understand these scriptures in challenging mode. You may have questions, you may have your beliefs, but always ask, like Arjun asked Krishna, how am I to understand this? Today, I am not able to, but please let me know. How can I believe that Sun God, who is 120 million years elder to you, and you say that you gave him the knowledge when you and I are of the same age? So, how am I to understand this? Arjun did not say what rubbish, what nonsense. So, there is a way of questioning and trying to understanding the scriptures. If you challenge, then you will never be able to understand the scriptures. In a humble state of mood, try to understand from a senior devotee, a Vaishnava, or a Guru, if you don't understand something. Okay? What will be described herein, therefore, has nothing to do with the experimental thoughts created by the speculative habits of inert minds. The subject matter of this book is not a mental concoction, but a factual spiritual experience that one can realize only by accepting the line of disciplic succession described above. Any deviation from that line will bewilder the reader's understanding of the mystery of Sri Caitanya Caritamrit, which is a transcendental literature meant for the postgraduate study of one who has realized all the Vedic literature such as the Upanishads and Vedanta and their natural commentaries such as Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. So I don't know how much mercy we all have that without understanding Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam completely, we are trying to understand Chaitanya Charitamrit. But as I said, this is an attempt. This is not that we are going to completely understand, but the mercy invested by our gurus and Prabhupada, to the extent, to the capacity we are empowered, we will be able to deliver. This edition of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrit is presented for the study of sincere scholars who are really seeking the absolute truth. So I guess everyone who is sitting here is a sincere student who really wants to understand the absolute truth. It's a very serious matter, Chaitanya Charitamrit. It is not the arrogant scholarship of a mental speculator, but a sincere effort to serve the order of a superior authority who services the life and soul of this humble effort. Okay? So, as I said, no challenge. We don't have to become scholars that I will learn Bengali or Sanskrit and then I can go on refuting and making disciples. This is not the aim of the course. The aim is to develop love, bhakti and love for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then the doors to Braj Lila will open for us. So very simple aim we have. It's very high, but in a simple sentence, we are trying to open the doors of Braj Lila for us through this course. It does not deviate even slightly from the revealed scriptures, and therefore anyone who follows in the disciplic line will be able to realize the essence of this book simply by the method of oral reception. The first chapter of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrit begins with 14 Sanskrit verses that describes the absolute truth. Then the next 3 Sanskrit verses describe the principal deities of Vrindavan, namely Sri Radha Madan Mohan, Sri Radha Govind Dev, and Sri Radha Gopinath Ji. The first of the 14 verses is a symbolic representation of the supreme truth, and the entire first chapter is actually devoted to the single verse which describes Lord Chaitanya in his 6 different transcendental expansions. Okay, so let's do one thing. We'll dive now into the text, and then we'll come back to this because this is again the summary of what we are going to study. Okay, so with that, let's pay our obeisances to Shri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, Shri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki Jai, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai, and let's study. Text 1. Vande Guru Nisha Bhakta Nisham Ishvatara Kana Tat Prakasham Shatat Shakti Krishna Chaitanya Samyakam. The translation says, I offer my respectful obeisances unto the spiritual masters, the devotees of the Lord, the Lord's incarnations, his plenary portions, his energies, and the primeval Lord himself, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Okay. Now, there are three kind of Mangalacharan. What is the meaning of Mangalacharan? Mangalacharan means that whenever we begin something, we offer some prayers. Okay. Now there are. Can everyone please switch off or to keep your phones in airplane mode, maybe? Okay. So there are three kinds of Mangalacharan. The first one is Namaskrityatmak. Namaskrityatmak means to pay obeisances. Namaskar. Okay, that is the first form of Mangalacharan. The second is Vastu Nirdeshatmak. Vastu Nirdeshatmak means that you are revealing the subject matter of the scripture. For instance, who is the subject matter of Bhagavad Gita? Just one, if there was one answer, who is the subject matter of Bhagavad Gita? Krishna. What is the subject matter of Srimad Bhagavatam? Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. Iti Kamsa Kala Pumsa Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. This is the subject matter of Bhagavatam, Krishna. And what is the subject matter of Caitanya Caritamrit? Caitanya Mahaprabhu. He is the subject matter. He is the subject of Caitanya Caritamrit. So that second is Vastu Nirdeshatmak. And the third is Ashirvadatmak. Ashirvadatmak means that whenever someone writes, so they pray for themselves and they seek prayers or blessings for the audience. That after reading this, what benedictions will Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bestow on us? So that is called, or after reading Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that one who reads and propagates this message is the most dear to me. Isn't it? So that is also kind of blessing that Krishna is giving for the people who reads Bhagavad Gita. So similarly, these are three. So you should know, because these are all technical terms. So you should know all these things. So there are three kinds of Mangalacharan. The first Mangalacharan here is Namaskrityatmak. Okay, it comes under Namaskrityatmak. So now here he is paying obeisances to six things, six individuals. Who are those? The first is unto the spiritual masters. Okay, so he used the word Gurun. Gurun is Bahuvachan. So he's not just saying his immediate spiritual master, but he's saying to all the spiritual masters coming in this disciplic succession, I bow down to all of them. First. Second, the devotees of the Lord. To all the devotees of the Lord. Vancha kalpatarubhishcha, we do after every Mangalacharan. So we are also doing the same thing to all the devotees of the Lord. Second. Third, the Lord's incarnations. All the incarnations, the Dashavatar we know, right? Vamandev, Narasimhadev, Kurmadev, the incarnations. Fourth, his plenary portions. What are the plenary portions? We will use the whiteboard to explain the plenary portions. Fifth is his energies. What are the three energies of Krishna? Who can tell me? Yeah. So it's Antaranga, internal potency, Bahiranga, external potency, and Tathast, marginal potency. Antaranga or internal is Subhadra Devi in Dham, in Vaikunt. So in Vaikunt, the internal potency. So to do anything, we need energy, isn't it? So in the spiritual world, who is the energy of Krishna? That is Subhadra Devi. In Vaikunt and in Golok Vrindavan Dham, that is Purnamashi. She is the internal energy of Krishna. In the material world, who is the external energy? Durga Devi, Mahamaya. She is the external energy. And who is Tathast energy? Jeev. All of us. We are also energies of Krishna, part and parcel of Krishna. So we are all marginal, Tathast energy. Okay? And the primeval Lord himself, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you see this beautiful Panchatattva deities. So the personality in the middle, who is extending his both hands like this, he is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay? To his right is Nityanand Prabhu. To his left is Gadadhar Pandit. To the right of Nityanand Prabhu is Advaitacharya, and to the left of Gadadhar Pandit is Srivas Thakur. These combined together is called, that will also be cleared in this text, in the very coming text. Okay, let's move to the second. Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahodita Gaudadaya Pushpavanto Chitrau Sadau Tamonado. Translation: I offer my respectful obeisances unto Sri Krishna Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, who are like the sun and moon. They have arisen simultaneously on the horizon of God to dissipate the darkness of ignorance and thus wonderfully bestow benediction upon all. So, second is also Namaskaratmak Mangalacharan. He is paying obeisances to Chaitanya Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. And he is comparing them to the sun and the moon who have risen together. Okay? They have arisen simultaneously on the horizon of God. What is God? Bengal, Gaudadesh, right? To dissipate the darkness of ignorance and thus wonderfully bestow benediction upon all. This is very small text, so I have to. Okay, so we'll move on the next text. Yat advaitam brahmopanishadi tat api yasya tanubha ya atmantaryami purusha iti soshamsha vibhava sat aishvarya purno ya iha bhagavan sasvayam ayam na chaitanya krishna jagati paratattvam paramiha. Thank you, Prabhu. Translation: what the Upanishads describe as the impersonal Brahman is but the effulgence of his body, and the Lord known as the Super Soul is but his localized plenary portion. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself, full with six opulences. He is the absolute truth, and no other truth is greater than or equal to him. Now, who can tell me the three features in which we can realize Krishna? Please raise your hands. We have two hands. Who else? Three hands. Who else? Everyone who is attending my class should know this. What are the three features in which we can understand Krishna? Yes, Tanuj. Not Brahmin, Brahman. Yeah, Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. These are the three features. Brahman is the effulgence, the Jyoti, the Brahma Jyoti. So you will see that people, they say that God is just light, energy. That is God. And then if you go to the advanced stage, God is being perceived as Paramatma, someone who is sitting in the hearts, super soul. And if you go further, he is realized in the Bhagavan form, the Satchit Ananda form that we see, the beautiful form. That is the Bhagavan form. Okay. So here he is saying the Upanishad described as impersonal Brahman is just the effulgence of his body, and the Lord known as the Super Soul is but his localized plenary portion. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself with six opulence. So Parashar Muni, he gives the definition of God. What is the definition of God? Who can tell me?
Who has six opulence?
You know what? What are the six opulences?
All riches, all fame, all beauty, all knowledge, all renunciation,
And
all wealth,
strength.
all beauty, all strength, all famous renunciation, knowledge as well.
Yeah, so these are the six things: wealth, strength, fame, beauty, knowledge, and renunciation. These are the six things that define someone as God. And these six things are in totality. Understand? So it's not that if someone has this, the most they become God. No. There can be someone who will be very rich, who will be good looking, who will have knowledge, does not make them God. God means who has all these things in totality. No one can surpass them. That is the definition of God. And after scanning through all the scriptures, the answer was only one. ईश्वरं परमकृष्णः सच्चिदानन्दविग्रहः अनादिरादिर्गोविन्दं सर्वकारणकारणम्. So it's only one, that is Govind, Krishna. Okay? So no one is greater or equal to him. Let's go to the fourth. अनार्पिताचार्यं चिरत्करुणायवतीर्णा कलौ समर्पयितुम् उन्नयतोज्ज्वलरसां स्वभक्तिश्रियां हरिपुरतसुन्दरतिथिकदं वसन्ति पीता सदा हृदया कन्दरे स्फुरतो वच्चचीनन्दना. Translation: May that Lord, who is known as the son of Srimati Sachi Devi, be transcendently situated in the innermost chambers of your heart, resplendent with the radiance of molten gold. He has appeared in the age of Kali by his causeless mercy to bestow what no incarnation ever offered before, the most sublime and radiant spiritual knowledge of the mellow taste of his service. Very important line. If you read again, he says that what no incarnation ever offered before. Golokera Lila Korila Prakash. So before this, there was no incarnation that actually taught us about Golok Vrindavan. Before Korang Mahaprabhu, probably very few people knew about Golok Vrindavan. And even today, people don't know about Golok Vrindavan Dham. Do you know, even in the Vaikuntha planets, this Golok Vrindavan Dham is Adrishya. Adrishya means that it is in invisible form. Even the inhabitants of Vaikuntha planet cannot enter Golok Vrindavan Dham. That is how high this Golok Vrindavan Dham is. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he comes only and only to give us Golok Prem. Nothing else, nothing below that. That is why it is said that no avatar, no incarnation has ever done this before what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has done. And that is the significance. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikritiladi Shaktirasmar Ekat Manav Abhibhuvi Pura Deha Bhedam Katauta Chaitanyakyam Prakatam Ajuna Tat Advayam Chaityam Aptam Radha Bhava Dyuti Svalitam Naumi Krishna Swarupam. The loving affairs of Sri Radha and Krishna are transcendental manifestations of the Lord's internal pleasure-giving potency. Although Radha and Krishna are one in their identity, they separated themselves eternally. Now, these two transcendental identities have again united in the form of Sri Krishna Chaitanya. I bow down to him who has manifested himself with the sentiment and complexion of Srimati Radharani, although he is Krishna himself. So I am not rushing because very slowly, verse after verse, everything will be revealed to us. Okay, so we have to have patience. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is coming to the tattva, to the beautiful philosophy of understanding who Radha and Krishna are, who Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is. Okay, so let's read again. The loving affairs of Radha and Krishna, Sri Radha and Krishna are transcendental manifestations of the Lord's internal pleasure-giving potency called Haladini Shakti. Okay, every day we chant Pralad Halad Daine. Namaste Narsimhai Pralad Halad Daine. What does it mean? Narsimha Dev who gives pleasure to Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Halad Daine. Daine means to give. So Haladini means someone who gives pleasure, joy to Sri Krishna. And that is Srimati Radharani. She is the Haladini Shakti of Sri Krishna. Although Radha and Krishna are one in their identity, Radha and Krishna are not two individuals. They are only one. The female form of Krishna is Radha Rani. When he has to understand the love, the bhav, then he manifests as Radha Rani. They separated themselves eternally. Once Ramchandra, when he was going through Banvas, exile, he comes to Mayapur actually. And then he became, all of us, they were really happy. But all of a sudden he becomes very grave and very serious. So Mother Sita asks him that, what happened? You were so happy and all of a sudden you become so serious. So he said, you know what? Now we will be separated after some time. Then again we are going to join. Then again we are going to be separated. Then again we are going to join. Again separated and again join. So he said, now we are together, but Ravan is going to kidnap you. So we'll be separated. Then we'll come together at the end after I kill Ravan. Then again we'll be together as Radha and Krishna, but we'll be separated for 100 years. And again we'll meet in Kurukshetra after 100 years. Then again I'll come as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and you'll come as Vishnu Priya, my wife. And again I'll take sannyas and we'll be separated. And that is why I am grave and very serious. So it is a constant. So this is called Vipralamba Bhav. It is a bhav in which the love magnifies. When we are sitting together, there may be respect and love. But if you see someone you love after maybe a long duration, the love increases for them, the respect increases, right? So this is the love and separation of Radha and Krishna, the Vipralam Bhav. Now these two transcendental identities have again united in the form of Sri Krishna Chaitanya. So when Radha and Krishna unite as one form, and we will come to that story now. So the combined form of Radha and Krishna together is called Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The personality you see in the middle, he is Radha and Krishna combined together. I bow down to him who has manifested himself with the sentiment and complexion of Srimati Radharani, although he is Krishna himself. So the body is Krishna, it's Krishna, but the mood, the complexion, and the heart is Radharani's. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Tapta Kanchan, molten gold, Gaurangi. And even Mahaprabhu is molten gold. Gauranga Mahaprabhu is also molten gold. So they are same, the complexion is same. It is said that Krishna is the greatest thief, isn't it? When he was a child, he used to steal butter. Then he used to steal so many things. And when he had to come as a devotee, he stole the heart of Radharani. And also the color, the complexion of Radharani. And comes as the greatest thief comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay. Next verse is the sixth one, right? Yeah, sixth one. Shriradhaya pranaya mahima kidashvanayava swadyo vena bhutamadurima kritovam madiya saukyam chasya mad anubhavata kritam saveti lobhat tadbhavavya samajishachi garva sindho harindu. Desiring to understand the glory of Radharani's love, the wonderful qualities in him that she alone relishes through her love, and the happiness she feels when she realizes the sweetness of his love, the Supreme Lord Hari, richly endowed with her emotions, appears from the womb of Srimati Sachi Devi as the moon appears from the ocean. So here is the secret of why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes. Who can tell me the verse 8.6? Yam yam vapi smaran bhava. Perfect. And what is the meaning? Whatever one desire at the time of their death, they will get the next body accordingly. So whatever we do throughout our life, we will think that when we die, and that will determine our next birth. Okay? Now Krishna, when he comes in the Krishna Lila, he had few desires. What were the desires? The first desire was to understand the glory of Radharani's love. What is it that Radharani loves me so much? Every time when Krishna used to meet Radharani, the love would increase. So he couldn't understand what is it that she loves me so much. The wonderful qualities in him that she alone relishes through her love. The second thing is that who am I? I mean, he wanted to understand himself better. Then what are my qualities that she loves me so much? So once it happens, it is given in one of the scriptures that Krishna saw his reflection, his own reflection, and he fell in love with himself because he had never seen someone so beautiful. So Krishna, looking at Krishna, falls in love with Krishna, and he thinks, how can I be this person? I mean, he's that person, but he just wants to be and see that person and relish that beauty, and that is why he comes as Mahaprabhu, because Mahaprabhu basically is Radharani, who is trying to admire Krishna, who is Jagannath, right? So when she sees Jagannath, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the mood of Radharani sees Jagannath, it is Radharani standing in front of Krishna and relishing that beauty for which Krishna had desired to come as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So the first reason, to know what love Radharani feels. The second, what are my qualities? Right? And the happiness she feels when she realizes the sweetness of his love. And the third thing, he wanted to understand the love, the sweetness of the pastime. So Krishna has everything. Krishna is God. He has everything. There's only one thing that he does not have. And what's that? Bhakti. How can Krishna have bhakti when he is God? So bhakti is for the bhakt. Bhakti, devotion, is for the disciples, for the devotees. It's not for God. But Krishna wanted to taste that sweetness of the devotion as well. And throughout Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, I am this, I am this, I am Shiv among the Rudras, I am mind among the senses. So he says, I am the best. So when he has to come down to relish the devotion, who is the best devotee? Radharani. That is why he assumes the form of Radharani to relish the epitome of that bhakti, the sweetness of the love. And he appears, Lord Hari, richly endowed with her emotions, appears from the womb of Srimati Sachi Devi, as the moon appears from the ocean. So who is the mother? Sachi Devi. And who is the father? Jagannath Mishra. Jagannath Mishra is the father of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay? So we'll take few shlokas and then we will open for question and answer. Okay? So it's 6 o'clock. Let's take 10 more minutes, 10-20 minutes for question answer, and half six we'll do the arti. Is that okay? Okay, fine. Next verse. 7. Sankarshana karanato vishayi garbhodashayi cha payogdishayi sheshashta yasham shakala sanitya Nandakhya Rama Sharanam Mamastu. May Sri Nityanand Ram be the object of my constant remembrance. Sankarshan, Sheshnag, and the Vishnus who lie on the Karan ocean, Garbha ocean, and the ocean of Velga's plenary portions and the portions of his plenary portions. So I'm going to read through the section and then we will use the whiteboard to explain all these things, okay? Because this is okay. Yeah. For now, just understand that Caitanya Prabhu, Prabhupada used to say, consider him like a mad uncle. A mad uncle who loves you very much. So that is Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu is called Avadhut. Avadhut means someone who has they are not in their senses when it comes to bhakti. They completely are absorbed in the chanting of their master's name. For instance, Gauranga. So Nityanand Prabhu, he would knock at the door and someone would open the door, he would go inside the house without taking permission. And whatever valuable thing he would find, let's say there is a very ancient Chinese kettle, he would pick that up and he would say Hare Krishna or I will break this. He would jump inside water, he would catch the crocodile and take him by his neck and would say Hare Krishna or I will kill you. So this is Nityanand Prabhu. So Prabhupada said, take him as your mad uncle. Okay? So, Let's move on to the next one. Maya tite vyapi vaikuntha loke purnashvarya Shri Chaturvyuha madhe rupam yasyodbhati sankarsha tam Shri Nityananda Raman prapadye. I surrender unto the Lord lotus feet of Sri Nityanand Ram, who is known as Sankarshan in the midst of the Chaturvyu, consisting of Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. He possesses full opulence and resides in Vaikuntha Lok, far beyond the material creation. 9. Maya Bhartagyan the Sanghashra Yanga Shete Sakshat Karanaman Bodhi Madhye Yasya Kamsha Shri Puman Adi Devas Tam Shri Nityananda Ramam Prapadye. I offer my full obeisances unto the feet of Sri Nityananda Ram, whose partial representation called Karanadakshay Vishnu lying on the Karan ocean is the original Purush, the master of the illusory energy and the shelter of all the universes. 10. Yasyam samsha Shri Lagarbo Dakshayi Yannabhyabhyam Loka Sanghatananam Loka Srashto Shruti Kathamadhatas Tam Shri Nityananda Ramam Prapadye. I offer my full obeisances unto the feet of Sri Nityananda Ram, a partial part of whom is Garbhodakshay Vishnu. From the navel of Garbhodakshay Vishnu sprouts the lotus that is the birthplace of Brahma, the engineer of the universe. The stem of that lotus is the resting place of the multitude of planets. Next verse, 11th. Yasyam samsha paratma khilanam poshta vishnur bhati dukta tishayi shauni bharta yatkala sopi anantas tam Shri Nityananda Ramam prapadye. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the feet of Sri Nityananda Ram, whose secondary part is the Vishnu lying in the ocean of milk. That Kshirodakshay Vishnu is the super soul of all living entities and the maintainer of all universes. Sheshnag is his full sub part. 12. Mahavishnur Jagatkarta Mayaya Shrijatiyata Tasyavatara Abhavyam Advaitacharya Ishvara. Lord Advaitacharya is the incarnation of Mahavishnu, whose main function is to create the cosmic world through the actions of Maya. And we'll take just 2 more shlokas and then we will understand it using the whiteboard. 13th. Advaitam Harinadvaitvait Acharyam Bhakti Samshanat Bhaktavataramisham Tam Advaitacharyam Ashraye. Because he is not different from Hari, the Supreme Lord, he is called Advait. And because he propagates the cult of devotion, he is called Acharya. He is the Lord and the incarnation of the Lord's devotee, therefore I take shelter of him. And the final of the Mangalacharan. So the first 14 verses are the Mangalacharan verses. So we'll take the final one. Panchatatvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Sarupakam Bhaktavatar Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. So this is also very powerful verse that most of you should try to remember this. Okay, translation. I offer my obeisances unto the Supreme Lord Krishna, who is not different from his feature as a devotee, devotional incarnation, devotional manifestation, pure devotee, and the devotional energy. So the last two, 13th and 14th, we actually took in Advaita Acharya's appearance day, but let's try to understand it again. So I'll be using the whiteboard. Just give me a sec. So do you want to come here, or I'll just turn the whiteboard? How it's gonna work? You can switch on the lights over there. क्या?
यहाँ पे ओपन करने की
ये क्या whiteboard? How to do it?
नहीं whiteboard नहीं वो टीवी जो भेजा था वो यहाँ पर
हाँ, you can open for the time being. Okay.
यहाँ पे मैं समझा
हाँ? नहीं ऐसे दिक्कत होगा. Okay. Everyone can see it now? Yes. Okay. Understand it this way. this is spiritual world, okay, and then this is the material world. There are two different realms, two different worlds. In the spiritual world, there are innumerable planets, not one. There are innumerable planets. There is no count. The whole world, if you take, so the spiritual world is 75%, and this material world where we are today is only 25%. Okay, this is not a limit. This is an estimation that the 75% of the population is in the spiritual world, and it's just 25% that's in the material world. Now, out of all the planets of the spiritual world, there is a planet called Vraj Golok Dham. Okay, the Golok Dham consists of 4 planets, 4 parts. Okay, Vrindavan, Gokul, Mathura, and Shvetadip, also called as Mayapur. Ishvara Paramakrishna, the source of everything, goes back to Krishna. Okay, so Krishna. Now Krishna has 2 parts, right and left. From the left comes Radharani, the Shakti. We will not discuss that today because it will be too much. We will go on the right side. The first expansion is Balram. Okay, so write that down. The first expansion of Krishna is called Balram. When Balram has to serve Krishna in Vrindavan, he is called Balram. When Balram has to serve Krishna outside Vrindavan, but in the Vraj realm, in Gokul, in Mathura, in Mayapur, then he assumes the form of Mool Sankarshan. Mool Sankarshan. Okay, Mool Sankarshan. When Balram, Lord Balram, has to serve Krishna outside the Braj realm but in the Vaikuntha realm, he is called Mahasankarshan or Narayan. Okay? Mahasankarshan or Narayan in the Vaikuntha. The Narayan that we know is the plenary portion of Lord Balram. So after understanding this, if you go back to reading the translation, it will be clearer to you. When it is said plenary portion, portion of the plenary portion. So Krishna's first expansion is Balram. Then the plenary portion would be Mahasankarshan, okay, or Narayan, when he has to serve in the spiritual world. Now this Mahasankarshan or Narayan, they take further incarnation called as Chaturvyu. 4 incarnations. What are those?
Vasudev, Sankarshan,
Yes.
Pradyuman,
Vasudev,
Sankarshan,
Sankarshan,
Pradyuman,
Pradyumna,
Aniruddha.
and Aniruddha. Okay? These 4 incarnate as Ram, Lakshman, Bharat, Shatrughan. So Ram, Lakshman, Bharat, Shatrughan are the first Chaturvyu expansion of Lord Balram. Then from this Sankarshan, there is a second Chaturvyu expansion. Second, CV I will write Chaturvyu. Chatur means 4 and Vyu means 4. So from this Sankarshan, there is a second Chaturvyu expansion. From the second Chaturvyu expansion, so again there is Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna and Aniruddha. Okay? Now, until this we are in the spiritual realms. The space is less, but understand this is all spiritual realm. Then there is a big ocean, a river called Virja. Virja Nadi. There was a gopi by the name Virja. Lord Krishna would meet Radharani every day. It is mentioned in one of the Purana. I will find and let you know again what was the name of the Puran. Brahma Vaivarta Puran, yes. So this story is mentioned in the Brahma Vaivarta Puran. So one day Krishna thought he would do some prank with Radharani. He said, I have a job now. Every day I go and I sell samosas. So I am working, I'm just making up. He didn't say samosa, but he just said that I have a job now. So I will have to check my calendar to meet you. I am a busy person now. So basically he said that I will go and I have some work, so we cannot meet all the time. And he would go and he would start, there was something, there must have been something, it's not clear, but he used to meet Virja Gopi. Virja Gopi had some problem that she wanted to discuss with Krishna. Krishna didn't tell this to Radharani and he would discuss that with her. And this Radharani is very innocent. Whatever Krishna says, she believes. And that is why she has Lalita and Vishakha with her. So you know those two friends who are always lawyers. So they will suspect everything. So they would say to Radharani, no, don't trust this Krishna. His track record is not good with the girls. So he's definitely doing something. So no, she said, no. He told me he has started some vendor shop. So he's going to sell something. He want to earn something. Stand up on his feet. So Lalita Vishaka said, no, I don't trust that Krishna. You must go and you must actually see what he does. So first day when Radharani comes, so what happens is that Virja, the gopi, she jumped in the water to hide herself. So Radharani says to Lalita and Vishaka, I went there but I didn't find anyone. It's all clear. She said, no, I don't trust. Next time you go before he goes and you hide. So next time what happens is Radharani again goes before, and this day she catches. She sees Krishna sitting with Virja and they are discussing something. And as Radharani comes out, Virja, she jumps into the water to hide herself. And then Radharani curses. She says that, oh, you love the water so much, you become a river. And that is how she becomes Virja river. That is bifurcating or dividing the spiritual realm and the material realm. So this is called Virja river. In the other word, this is called causal ocean. The Karanodak ocean is the Virja river, where Mahavishnu resides. Now, from this Sankarshan, so until now, from Krishna comes Balram. Balram assumes Mool Sankarshan form. Mool Sankarshan assumes Mahasankarshan form. Mahasankarshan assumes the four forms, that is Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna and Anirudh. From the Sankarshans comes the second, Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna and Anirudh. Now from here starts the material creation. From Sankarshan comes Mahavishnu. Okay? Mahavishnu or Karanodakshai Vishnu. So I have written here Mahavishnu already. I will just do a slash and write Karanodakshai Vishnu. Okay? Karan means cause. He is the cause of this material world. Okay? Karanodakshai Vishnu. From Karanodakshai Vishnu's body, we have pores in our body, isn't it? From each pore, there is a universe that comes out. From each pore of Karanodakshai Vishnu. Now again, understand, because this is the PhD level and we have already done that, we all have faith. Today it might be difficult for you to understand all these things. But let me ask you, Prabhu, how did you come here to the temple? Did you take public transport? Which? Luas bus?
I came by walking, but
Okay, anyone here took public transport? Bus? Luas, did you check the driver's ID? Did anyone check the driver's ID? Did you eat in Govinda's? Any one of you? Have you ever eaten in a restaurant? Have you ever checked the chef's ID? Have you ever checked if the chef is putting poison to your food? No? Why? Because all of us have subconscious faith. It's just that we don't know yet. All of us have subconscious faith. Similarly, all of us have this knowledge. Because on the soul platform, we are Sat Chit Anand. It's just that when we get this body, that knowledge is covered. Okay, the spark is there, but it is covered by the ashes. And when the ashes are gone, the spark again turns into fire. Similarly, we have the knowledge. The reason we are discussing this is because Krishna love, the knowledge is dormant. It is there inside us in a dormant state. Dormant means in a sleeping state. But once we read and hear this again and again, it all comes back. Oh yes, I know this. Okay? So even today, if you don't have faith in that, in whatever we are discussing, still bear with us slowly and slowly with chanting. When the covering will uncover, then we will get all these things. Okay? So from the pores, there are million universes that come out. Okay? From Mahavishnu. And in each universe, Mahavishnu enters as Garbhodakshai Vishnu. Okay? In each universe, he enters as Garbhodakshai Vishnu. Garbh means womb. A mother gives birth from womb. And that is why the name Garbh. From the womb of Mahavishnu comes a lotus flower. We are all inside the lotus flower at the moment. From him comes the lotus flower, and on the lotus flower, Lord Brahma is born. And then Lord Brahma, he starts creating. But this is the secondary creation. Here, Lord Krishna has already done the primary creation: earth, air, water, fire, ether. The five main ingredients to make anything has been already made here by Krishna. He just passes this on to Lord Brahma. Okay? I'll just write here Lord Brahma. So he passes it on to Lord Brahma, and Lord Brahma doesn't know what he needs to do when he's born. It's complete darkness. And then he hears the word tapasya, meditate. And then he inquires, who am I? That is called Athato Brahma Jigyasa. To understand who am I, Brahmaji does that. He meditates on Lord Vishnu. After millions of years of sacrifice of tapasya meditation, Lord Vishnu manifests himself. Who? Lord Vishnu. Garbhodakshai Vishnu. Who? Okay, Garbhodakshai Vishnu. So, okay, I will not complicate things. So, Garbhodakshai Vishnu manifests, and he says that you have to do the secondary creation of this material world. And then Lord Brahma, he reads the manual given to him by Lord Krishna. So, the first verse of Bhagavatam. Who can recite the first verse of Bhagavatam? You remember the first verse? Okay, recite. Okay. Janmadas. Moyanti yat surya. That is fine. Okay. So Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye. Tene Brahma means you gave the Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye. In the heart of Adi Kavaye, Lord Brahma. Vasudev, Krishna. He gives the knowledge to Lord Brahma to create everything. So if you go to India and you ask everyone, who created everyone? Lord Brahma created. This is only what people know. Why? Because he did create, but on the instructions of Krishna, the second creation, he did not create earth, air, water, fire, ether. He did not create those stuff. It was already done in the spiritual world that descended to the material world. And then he used that, and very important ingredient, the namak. Right? So when we have to make sabzi, so there are many ingredients, but salt is very important, isn't it? For anything. So Lord Brahma now started creating everything. And I will come to this point again. And after Lord Brahma creates everything, we will come to the creation part. After he created everything, nothing was functioning. Everything was in a dead state. So he again prayed to his father or mother Garbhodakshai Vishnu that what happened? I used your manual, I created everything and nothing is working. So he said, it's not working because I have not entered. So then Garbhodakshai Vishnu expands into Kshirodakshai Vishnu, who is Paramatma. And then as Paramatma, he enters inside each and every atom Kan kan mein vas, it is said. So he enters as Kshirodakshay Vishnu, as Paramatma in each and every atom, and the world starts functioning. We start functioning. What happens when I die? When I die, the Paramatma inside me gets to know that my time is up. The Paramatma leaves my body. As the Paramatma leaves the body, the soul cannot live without the super soul because it's in the complete knowledge state. So as the super soul leaves, the soul leaves the body. And as the soul leaves the body, this body is dead. This body is not living. This body is only living because there is a super soul and the soul inside this body. The moment they both are gone, I am down. I'll be just here lying unconscious on the ground. Right? So this is what happens. Until and unless Kshirodakshay Vishnu enters the body, it's all dead matter. This is the spirit along with the spirit soul. And it enters. Now, the best part, how that comes. So, every avatar, every incarnation that happens through the medium of Kshirodakshay Vishnu. Even when Lord Krishna comes to this material platform, Janma Karma Chame Divyam, he comes from the womb of Mother Devaki, the four-handed Narayan form, comes via this medium only, Kshirodakshay Vishnu. Kshirodakshay Vishnu is situated on a place that is called Kshirodak Sagar ocean. So this Mahavishnu, he resides in the Virja, this Mahakaran ocean, that is the causal ocean. Garbhodakshay Vishnu, he resides on the Garbhodak ocean, and Kshirodakshay Vishnu resides on the Shir Sagar. So whenever we see Lord Vishnu, we will see that he is sleeping on Sheshnag, isn't it? So where is he sleeping? So can I rub this spot? Do you want to take photos? Do you want to understand it? Just take a photograph and then we'll rub and then we'll go again. Okay, so I'll just take 5 more minutes. Sorry, but we are understanding this, right? It's like mind blowing.
Yes.
It's mind blowing.
I'll take the picture, share it on the WhatsApp group.
Wait, we'll come for the question.
I'll take the picture, share it on the WhatsApp
We
group.
will do this again. Don't worry. Let the mind be blown, but we'll come back to it again and again because these 14 verses, the Mangala Charan, will be explained throughout the Adi Lila. So don't worry if you don't understand it today. The whole first Adi Lila is about this only. So we'll understand this, the technicality. Okay? Technicality, sorry. I know it's too much, but to understand just these verses, we have to do this much. Else you wouldn't understand those verses. So are we good to? Yeah? Okay. This gets more and more complicated. This is the simplest version I'm telling you. This is nothing when we study the 5th canto of Bhagavatam. That will actually blow your mind. Okay. So if this is the universe, half of the universe is always filled with the water. So if this is Mahavishnu sleeping, so this would be Karano ocean. If this is Garbhodakshay Vishnu, so just imagine here, this is, I am not going to draw. If this is Garbhodak Vishnu, okay, he is sleeping here, Garbhodak Vishnu. So he is sleeping on the Garbhodak ocean. Okay, and if it is, let's say, Kshirodakshay Vishnu, so he is sleeping on Shir ocean. Okay, and the Shir ocean is near the Dhruv Tara. The Dhruv Lok, we know, there is a star called Proxima Centauri. There is a devotee called Dhruv Maharaj, and he has his own lok. That is called Dhruv Lok. And this is where Shir ocean, this is where Kshirodakshay Vishnu resides, the personal form. And then he expands as Paramatma in the heart of each and every entity. Okay? Now, Balaram directly comes as Nityanand Prabhu and Krishna directly comes as Caitanya Mahaprabhu. It's not that they have incarnated and incarnated and incarnated. No. Caitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Mahaprabhu, they are not the portion or the plenary portion. They are Krishna and Balaram direct. And that is why it is said that they are our entry to Golok Vrindavan Dham. If we are serious about to go back to Golok Vrindavan Dham, we have to take shelter of them because they have come as the most merciful form. The whole reason they have come, you see their hands stretched, come with me, or their hands raised, take blessings, come with me. You chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and you come back with me to Golok Vrindavan Dham. So this is the whole reason they have come. Now, coming back to the 13th and 14th verse, I'll just take that quickly so that we don't miss it, and then again we'll keep on revising, Prabhu, don't worry. 5 years later also I'll be telling the same thing to everyone, not just you. 5 years later also we'll be discussing the same thing. I'll be here until you have memorized all this.
You promise?
Yeah, I promise, Prabhu. If I don't die, I can't promise, but yeah, if I'm alive. Okay, so let's come back to Mahavishnu. Okay, so now Lord Balram has descended from the spiritual abode to the Virja Nadi, and now he has to create our world. Because we have some desires, that is why they have to create something. I will give design specification that I want my house to be like this. If I am building house from land, like scratch, so the builders they start building. Okay, so because we have some desire, Lord Balram gets into action. Fine. For you, with those desires, you cannot live in. For instance, do we drive on left or right in Ireland? Left hand side, right?
Yes.
If I want to drive on right hand side, the government will say no. If you want to drive on right hand side, you go to a country which drives at right hand side, right? Simple. You can't stay here. You have to leave this place. Similarly, we had some desires, and those desires were not in line with the Vaikuntha planets. So Krishna said, please leave. But because we wanted to fulfill our desire, Krishna said, fine, I will make a world where you can fulfill your desires. And that is this material world. Every desire that we have, we are making a body. Every desire. We are building one lifetime for us, next life. So because we had desire, Mahavishnu comes and Mahavishnu starts the creation process. How? So there are 5 subject matters of Bhagavad Gita: Jeev, the soul; Paramatma, Bhagavan; Prakriti, Kal, and Karma. These are the 5 things. Now in the spiritual world, there is no concept of Prakriti or Kal. There is no time in the spiritual world, it's just in the material world. There is no Prakriti, meaning there is no, Mahamaya is not working. There is Yoga Maya that is working. Subhadra Devi is working, and she is the nice version. She will help us to do more bhakti. And here Mahamaya, she will challenge us. When we do bhakti, she will throw things at us that don't do bhakti, you go to pub or you do whatever nonsense, but don't do bhakti. So this is the contrast between Mahamaya and Yoga Maya. Now initially, Mahamaya is in the Pradhan state. Pradhan. I will write it down. Please write that down. It's important. Pradhan. Pradhan means equilibrium. What equilibrium? The 3 modes. Mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. These 3 are equal initially, and this stage is called Pradhan state. When there is nothing, everything goes into annihilation. Absolutely nothing. This is called that stage, that is called Pradhan. The 3 modes are in the same stage. Okay? For instance, RGB, right? Red, green, blue. If red, green, blue are in the equilibrium state, now I have not done my research on this, but I think there will be no color, if I'm not wrong. It will be white color, right? It's no color. In order to mix color, either red should be more, green should be less, or whatever it is. It should be plus or minus, whatever. Then only we can make color, the different colors. Simple logic. Similarly, for the world to be created, either mode of goodness should be more, or passion should be more, or the ignorance should be more, or less, whatever it is, but it should not be in equilibrium. Then only the world starts functioning. Now, at the very beginning, we all know this famous line: Mahavishnu glanced on Prakriti, Maya Devi, and she became impregnated, and the world came into being. This is simple as per the scriptures that Mahavishnu glanced over Durga Devi, she became pregnant, and then we all came about. It is the truth, but there is so much subtlety to that. Okay, and let's just take 5 more minutes to understand that. So here is Mahavishnu. Okay, let's say Mahavishnu is there. Now, and this is, let's say, Maya Devi. Okay, Maya Devi. Now, Maya Devi is the wife of Lord Shiva. Maya Devi is the wife, Durga Devi is the wife of Lord Shiva. So there is no way that Mahavishnu is going to look. But still he is looking because directly, indirectly, everyone is part and parcel of Mahavishnu. We all, you, I, we are not male or female in the spiritual abode. We are on the platform of soul. Mama vanche jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. Manashasthani indrani prakritisthani karshati. 15.6 Bhagavad Gita. He says, you all are my part and parcel. What happens here is that there is a parallel tattva called Sada Shiv Tattva. Okay? When Mahavishnu has to start the creation, he says that I cannot be in contact with Maya Devi because Vishnu is transcendental to the modes of material nature. Vishnu never comes in the contact of the mode of nature. Remember this line, always. This will help you because when people say that look at Lord Ram, he was crying for his wife. Crying for his wife means that he is under the modes of material nature. That is why he will have an emotion when he is crying for someone that is his relative. Or look at Krishna, he is crying. But that can never be the fact because Vishnu, who is Narayan Tattva, is always transcendental to the modes of nature. Maya adhyakshena prakriti suyate sucharacharam. Prakriti, Maya works under my instructions. 7.14. Who remembers Bhagavad Gita? Devi Yashi? Mam Maya Duratya, he says. My Maya is overcome. So he is using the word my. She belongs to me. She is working for me. She is under my control and not the other way. So he says, I am not going to look at her. But someone has to agitate, then only the Pradhan will be agitated and then only it will be up or down. So who will do that? Sadashiv. Sadashiv expands as Shambhu. Okay? And this Shambhu, there are two eyes of Mahavishnu. Okay? So from one eyes come this Shambhu, he carries the rays, he becomes the rays of Vishnu. And there are two eyes like this, okay? So from one eyes come the Jeev, that is all of us. And from the other eye comes Kal. And that is why Shambhu is also called Mahakal. And this formation is called Shivling.
From Shambhu, these two eyes are.
No. So the rays are of Mahavishnu. So let's say these are the two eyes of Mahavishnu. Okay? And the rays are coming like this. And then meet Maya Devi here. And the Pradhan gets agitated. From one of the eye comes Jeev. And from the second eye comes time. Kal. And this is the formation of Shivling. Because Sada Shiv helps whom? Mahavishnu in the creation process. And Sadashiv incarnates as Shambhu. And Shambhu incarnates as 11 Rudras. And one of those Rudras is Lord Shiva. Okay? So Lord Shiva, what?
Here I am a little bit confused how this from rays, shifting forms.
What?
From rays of Lord Vishnu, shifting forms. Like one.
No, it's not like Shivling forms. This is a symbol. What is Shivling? It is a symbol. It's not like physical formation, Prabhu. This is an imaginary line. This is not imaginary. If you had to imagine, if you had to take an axis This is exactly how it works. Okay, so this is not a shivling, but this is the formation of a shivling. This is the symbol. That is why shivling is in this form. Understood? Is it too much? Okay. We'll just finish. Okay. Let's not go into it right now because then people are lost now. But this is Advaita Acharya. This Mahavishnu. Advaita Acharya. Okay? Krishna is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Balram is Nityanand Mahaprabhu. And Mahavishnu is Advaita. Mahavishnu and Sadashiv combined. This plus this is Advaita Acharya. You have to know who are these personalities. And then we'll come to Srivas Thakur and Gadadhar Pandit. That's easy. Okay? I know it's not okay, but this is just the beginning of Caitanya Caritamrit. So, do we have to proceed? Do you want these sessions? Yes? We will come to pastimes as well. But we have, Mahaprabhu said that don't be lazy when it comes to the philosophy. You have to understand, because see, Parikshit Maharaj has 7 days to live. Sukhdev Goswami would have started with Krishna Lila, but he did not. First, he tells the philosophy in the first 2 cantos, isn't it? Ved Vyas chose to write those philosophy because first, if we don't understand these things, then what happens? Like Arjun. In the 2nd chapter, Arjun says, what? Karpanya dosha pahata sabhava prichhami tvam dharma sammudha cheta. Tvam means in Hindi tum. Like I am talking to my friend. Yaar hai mera, aisa. When Krishna shows the universal form, now he falls flat to the ground and the dialogue changes to aap. So in English, English you means you. But in Hindi, if you have to respect someone, then you will say aap. You only becomes aap, and on the same level it's tum, and to a subordinate you will say tu. Right? So Arjun says tum or tu in the beginning. Ab main tera bhakt, tu mera bhagwan. Like that. Because he does not know, as Lila he is saying that I don't know who you are. But when he gets to know who Krishna is, when Krishna shows his universal form, everything changes from there. Right? So similarly, if I don't tell you if we don't understand the philosophy, then we will not understand who Radha Krishna, because that is called Prakriti Sahajya. Prakriti Sahajya means that whatever I feel like, I will do that and I will give the name of bhakti. And that is basically what's going on in Vrindavan today. People are not going for bhakti, they are going to make reels. That's it, simple. That is not bhakti. So people have to understand things from a philosophical point of view. Then only you will respect Krishna, but at the same time, we have to form a relationship with Krishna. The whole point of doing all these things is so that we form a relationship with him, but in the right way, not in this wrong way. So I just tell a small pastime that will make everyone happy and then we'll finish. Okay? So, once there's a sannyasi of ISKCON, and he was in Vrindavan and he was observing something. He saw that there is a boy, a Brajvasi, person of Vrindavan, a boy of Vrindavan, and there were 2 temples. There was a Ram temple, a small, and there was a small Krishna temple. That boy comes and he gives prashadam and offers to Lord Ramchandra, and he is doing stuti and worshipping Lord Ramchandra, and then he started going away. And then Maharaj stopped him. Hey, wait. I am seeing you for last 15-20 minutes. You come, you offer bhoga to Ram, and you are offering prayers and everything. What about the other person, Krishna? So the boy said, who? He? Krishna. He is my homeboy. He will come to my house to eat. So in Hindi he said, Je to mere ghar aavega khane. So this is where we have to reach, to establish that relationship with Krishna. But I and you cannot do that today. Unless we understand who Krishna is, how far we have to go, how much anartha we have, and how we clarify, how we cleanse those anarthas by taking the name of Gauranga and Nityanand Mahaprabhu. We cannot reach to this stage, but we have to reach to this stage. That tomorrow we should be that boy. That I don't want to go to Krishna, Krishna will come to me. But that bond should be formed in a right way. If it's not right, what's gonna happen is that we will become Sahajya. Sahajya means independent. Whatever I think, I will do that. Whatever deities I think, I will take and I will start worshipping in the way I want. No, not following rituals, not following anything. So that is not what our acharyas have taught us. So whatever we have to do, we have to do in a right way. So I think we are way over time. I'm not going to take the question. I'm really sorry. If you have any question, please post in the group. We will reply to that question. Okay. So we'll move on to Gaurarti now. Hare Krishna. Sorry about that. Mataji, you want to do our You want to do our Yes, Mataji. That's why I want to. Anuradha Mataji. For example, it's very interesting. There is no one who want to know the answer. That's all you have to know. No, I know it's my duty actually, so I asked brother, but he was sitting here, so I could not.
That's it.
No, but I am clean. I can come if you want. I will.
Can you control the pictures as well?
Yeah, I will do that. Let me. नहीं किधर करेगा मैं काम ऑफिस आने वाला You singing Gaurarti? I will. You want to sing? I want to sing. You want to sing, Prabhu? I want to sing. You sing it straight now, Prabhu? Abhay Prabhu, straight is? हाँ मेरे ऐसे ही वो पीछे की कपड़े की वजह गुरु महाराज का फोटो मेरे बैग से निकालने वाले आप तो आरती कर किधर करेगा ना Who's there? Who's there? I came early. He was the first. No, I got confused.
talked about it. He didn't tell about Panchata. It's a joke. He told who are they. He told the last thing you should understand.
Hare Krishna.
Even me, in my English, I understood.
Everything here? Everything is here?
I'm going to repeat it. You wear glasses
Because of?
because of the station.
No, for the looks.
For the lens. It's difficult to wear glasses. Makes you look smart.
One instance is down. I will just keep it here.
You want to sing Gaurarti?
हाँ, ये लगा दो। थोड़ा सी बात
तुमने पकड़ लिया
Yes. Me? No, that's not me. I don't know who you're referring to.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Giriraj.
Really?
Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhakti Vedanta, Swami Nityanamine Namah.
Vishnupada Paramahansa Parivrikacharya Sundar Krishna Vivekananda Swami Prabhupada ki ISKCON Founder Jivi Founder Guru Shri Prabhupada ki Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahansa Parivrikacharya Sundar Krishna Vivekananda Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Swami Prabhupada ki Anant Koti Vaishnava ki Raja Sridhar Thakur ki फिर से गौरी कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत श्रीवास हरि भक्तवृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपीनाथ राधा कृष्ण को विराज गोवर्धन की वृंदावन मथुरा द्वारका धाम की नवदीप मायापुर धाम की वैष्णव क्षेत्र जगन्नाथ दरगाह की गंगा मैया नवा की देवी तुलसी महारानी की कवि चरणा संगीत की कैलाश रावण श्री महत्व गीता की जय गौर प्रेमानंद की भगवान की और जोड़ी से समझोटी और जोड़ी से समझोटी और जोड़ी से समझोटी और जोड़ी से श्री गुरु Nasimati, Ashwini Motisan. Want to sing Nasimati? Mic. You want this mic? Yeah. हाथ से पकड़ लो ना मैं पकड़
Hare Krishna. Namaste
शिरोमणि शिवलाल महाराज की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे
हरि बोल।
So now we will proceed for Mahaprasadam. Mahaprasade Govinde.
भोग लगा नहीं है, प्रसाद का मंत्र पहले ही बोल दिया। दाल का नहीं लगा है, रायता का नहीं लगा है, राइस पे नहीं लगा है।
So we can do some kirtan in the meantime.
ये भजन सीख कर आई हूँ। It's short and very long. राइस भी ला रहा है।
राइस भोग में लगाए प्रभु जी।
तो बढ़ गया, सब एक साथ लगाना है।
तो लगाए क्यों नहीं?
Very long.
नीचे लगा फिर किचन में।
ठीक है, अभी लगा लो।
अभी अब आप जाओगे अभी किसी और को भेज दो ना। हाँ कहाँ पर है बताओ इसको। ये चाहिए कहाँ है?
हाँ, माता जी का भी लगाना। What needs to be
क्या क्या भोग लगाना है दे दो इसको।
दाल, जूस और रायता।
3.
दाल, जूस और रायता।
प्रभु जी आगे से जो भी है भोग लगा कर लगिएगा आप लोग, ठीक है? क्योंकि लेट हो जाता है। चलो
वहाँ पे रायता जूस है, इधर दाल है।
You will sing?
भजन।
Okay. Come on.
Very slow, क्या माता जी? Very slow.
Yes.
एक मिनट कहाँ पर क्या है?
You can sing.
लेके आ जाओ, मैं कर देती हूँ।
Shani ki
Jai!
We have to
Okay.
done around
Let's go.
15 minutes what we have to offer. 10 minutes and then we have to start.
Yeah, I think we can have question and answer.
Yeah?
Question and answer.
Question after round? Yeah, we can have. Ask question. What blackboard चाहिए? What चाहिए?
We are having question and answer now. Okay.
Yes, ask. Who will go first?
We having question and answer now.
You showed all the like sequence of God coming down to the material existence, right? But my question is like, if He created whole like the procedure of coming down, like in the systematic way, why does so why does He directly came as Caitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, like directly Swam Krishna came? Why He did that?
So sometimes what happens is if a prime minister or president has to take care of millions of matters, thousands of matters, and the prime minister or the president cannot go to attend every matter in every country when it comes to a country. But then there are some matters that are emergency. The prime minister cannot say no to that matter. If let's say a neighboring country is attacking your country, so the prime minister will not delegate it. The prime minister will take the matters in their hand. Similarly, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Lord Krishna only comes once. So in 8.64, 4.32 billion years, okay, is 12 hours of Lord Brahma. Okay, so 8.64 million years is 1 day. No, 1 day. Okay. So Lord Krishna only appears Sambhavami Yuge Yuge. Only once. He comes only once. When he comes, most of the people he take back with him to Golok Vrindavan. But the people remaining who are still eligible to go, but for some reason they could not go, he comes again personally because this is an emergency. So this is Krishna and this is Mahaprabhu. The same person comes again. So what happens is that Krishna comes and he says Bhagavad Gita, most people go back with him. But then there are some people like us who still do R&D, research work, that we will still use our brain and we will not accept Bhagavad Gita as authority. So now what happens is Krishna, who gave the theory class, comes to do practical class. So practically he shows by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra that he goes. So this is an emergency. Simple. That is why he comes personally and he does not delegate anyone. And Krishna also, he only comes once in the 27th Chaturyuga, where we are right now. So 28th or 29th, the real Krishna will not come. He will delegate someone. Ram, Lakshman, Bharat, Shatrughan, they did not come. The original Ram Saket did not come. This Kalpa, someone else was sent. They come in a different Chaturyuga. Sorry, in a different Manvantara they come, not in our Manvantara. So as per the emergency, they listen. Clear? Any other question? Where is the Prabhu? What question comes up? Yes,
I have one question. So, earlier you said that Krishna created earth, fire, water, and everything. So why do we call Brahma the creator and Shiva the destroyer? Krishna still come Yuge Yuge to destroy everything.
No, why does not come to destroy?
Yeah, to re-establish to
The relation, yeah.
Yes.
Sambhavami. So
yeah.
Paritranaya sadhunam, vinashaya dushkitam, sarv dharma sansthapanartham. For 3 things. Okay, so understand it this way that the CEO of the company does not personally come to hand you over the salary. Our salary is handed over by our manager or the HR department. The CEO or the COO of the company, they just made the company and they have a proper management to run the company. Okay? But indirectly they are involved. So they have quarterly report that goes down to them, and if something goes wrong then there is a meeting and then they come up with a plan and policies. Right? Similarly, Krishna, if you see the first verse of Bhagavatam, Itaratas, so the first verse of Bhagavatam, who can decide here? Janmadasya yaton vayati tarata. Janmadasya yaton vayati tarata. So itarata means that he is directly and indirectly involved in the process of this creation. Directly, he is involved via Sadashiv and Shambhu. And indirectly also because he is getting the quarterly reports from everyone. But still, as I said, after Brahmaji created everything, still they needed Shirodakshaya Vishnu as Paramatma. So that is why God, G-O-D, generator, operator and destroyer, yes. And destroyer. This is called Trinity of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh. Okay? So this is how Lord Krishna is directly, so Lord Krishna is sitting here, but he has descended, these are called the Gun Avatar. Okay? Gun Avatar. So every avatar has a very story. Yeah. Every avatar has a specific purpose. Like Mahaprabhu only comes, he does not come for Paritranaya Sadhunam, he does not come for Vinashaya Judishikam. He only comes to give us the Goloka Premadhan and take us back to Golok Vrindavan. Okay? Similarly, Krishna descends as G-O-D, that is Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, because this is the management of this universe. Brahma creates, Vishnu operates, and Mahesh he destroys. So indirectly, Lord Krishna is getting their report that okay, in this galaxy, in this kalpa, has these things taken place or not? And they are getting quarterly reports via Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. He is getting the report. Understood? So he is the CEO, and these are the managers. Clear? Okay.
Prabhu's Vishnu here is Shira.
Yeah, Shirodakshaya Vishnu. Yes.
If this Vishnu is Shirodakshaya Vishnu, then like coming to 10 avatar, then that which means that will be also Shirodakshaya.
Shirodakshaya Vishnu. So and our Vishnu is Shirodakshaya Vishnu. Lord Brahma's Vishnu is Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. Okay? So Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is the Paramatma of the universe. If universe is a person, that the Paramatma is Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. For us, our Paramatma is Shirodakshaya Vishnu, but for the devotees, he is Paramatma. The day we become pure devotees, it's not Shirodakshaya Vishnu anymore. It will be Lord Krishna who will reside in the heart. Okay? Any other question?
So you said there is a parallel tattva called Sadashiva.
Sadashiva, yes.
At one side we are, seeing that from Krishna everything descends, and then there is a parallel tattva Sadashiva. Can you please tell?
Pardon, can you repeat?
Can you please tell more about it? How it is parallel? Is it coming? Is it also incarnating from Krishna itself?
Yes.
Or is it,
Yes. Everything is coming from Krishna. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, among the Rudras I am Shiv.
Yes.
Okay? So everything in the end is Krishna. This is called Achintya Bheda Bhed Tattva. So this Sadashiv Tattva is parallel, but this Sadashiv Tattva is Narayan Tattva only. Because Lord Narayan has certain rules that I am not going to this place. So he only incarnates as Sadashiv and says, now you go because you can do this because you are the husband of Maya Devi. Okay? So it's the same Tattva. Yeah. Difficult to understand, but just understand for now it's same.
Prabhuji, one more question, final question maybe. When we die, that super soul, Shirodakshaya Vishnu, left our body.
Yeah.
Then what will happen to that Shirodakshaya Vishnu?
So after that we get a Yatna Sharir. So based on our karma, if we have to go to the hellish planet, we get a Yatna Sharir and then we will suffer the torture. Because if someone punches you and you die, so it's not a torture. The torture is like millionfold. You will be punched, you will be thrown, but you won't die. That is called Yatna Sharir, because you have to suffer for every reaction that you have done, every reaction you have done. So you get a Yatna Sharir and still it's the same process. There will be Atma, there will be Paramatma along with you. So the Shirodakshaya Vishnu goes to hell also with us and he goes to heaven also with us. He never leaves us. Yes. Until we go back to Godhead, he is still with us. Shirodakshaya Vishnu. That is why it is said that he is our best friend. Suridam sarva bhutanam gyatva mam shantam richati. 529 Bhagavad Gita. That I am your best friend because our father, mother, spouse, friends, they will leave us when we die, but he will never leave us. He was there till we, and when we came here from the spiritual abode, he was there, and unless we go back, he will be there. So he is guiding us all the time. Ramji says in Uttar Kand of Ramayana, Sanmukha hoi jeev mohi javahi, janma koti aganasahi tabahi. He says that in our heart, if let's say this is how they make the heart, there is a tree, and in the tree there is a branch, and there are two birds sitting. And one is us, and one is Ram or Vishnu, Paramatma. And we are turning against, we are looking here, and he is here. So Ramji says, Sanmukh hoi jeev mohi jabhi. Sanmukh. So Unmukh means looking against him. So there is the deities I am looking here. And for millions of lifetimes we have been like this. We have been angry with him. I am not going to talk to you. But he says, Sanmukh, the day you come, just turn towards me. Sanmukh hoi jeev mohi jabhi. Janma koti ag nasahi tabahi. Meaning that I will kill all your destroy sins of your millions of lifetime. You don't even have to chant my name. You just have to look towards me. That's the least, and I will destroy millions of your sins because we have accumulated trillions and God knows how many sins. And he keeps on destroying every Ram Nam or every Krishna Nam or Mahamantra we take. So he's always with us. Yeah. Yes,
there are two Mayas. One is Yoga Maya and one is Mahamaya. So,
yeah.
So Yoga Maya is supporting us to be a devotee, and why Mahamaya
no.
is
Yoga Maya is not in this material world. She is in the spiritual. Yeah. It's Mama. It's so understand it this way that when you go to, if someone does a crime, a terrorist or a murderer or a thief, whatever, they go to the jail. Okay. Now the jailer is not a bad person. It is the duty of the jailer that you have to check the progress of this victim. Unless and until, because what happens is someone is a psychopath, let's say, and they are on a murder streak and they go in jail. So if the jailer is strict with them, that is not the fault of the jailer, it is the fault of the person. So similarly, it is not the fault of Mahamaya. It is our fault because we are against Krishna still. We have enviousness for Krishna. His Holiness Radha Govind Maharaj gives the answer to this. He says that there is a transformer. Okay, the purpose of transformer is to give you light, and it is written there 440 volt. Danger! Don't touch it. But we go and touch it, and then we say, "Look at this transformer. This is a negative thing." Transformer is not negative. It is to give you light. But if you misuse it, then it will show its real properties. Similarly, Maya Devi is not a negative character. She is just here doing her duty, that if until we turn towards Krishna, she will test us. And the day we look at Krishna, Lord Ram says the same thing. Or in the Caitanya Caritamrit also it is said, we will come. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says that the day one surrenders to Gauranga, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has ordered Mahamaya that don't even look at him. So we have to just surrender. Understood? Okay. Is there a question? In the 11th chapter, Prabhuji, I'll let you know in the group, okay? Yeah, it's in the 11th chapter. Yes,
Prabhuji, you mentioned that all the incarnations in material world are through Shri
Vishnu.
So all Krishna, Balaram,
yeah,
everything is through Shri
yes. Because Krishna never breaks his own law. Yeah, he has made a law and he will always stick to that law. That is why he comes as Narsim, he comes as all the avatars because of the law. And for us also, when he says that if we have desire, we will be born again. So he has desire, so he is also born again in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is transcendental. It's not that he is bound to be born, but just to show us, if you have desire, you have to take birth. So he's practically Yadyad Acharati Sreshta. 321 Bhagavad Gita says, right, that whatever I do, that common people follow it. Yes. Yeah.
Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
Can you see this?
Yes, Prabhu.
You were speaking about this creation.
Yes.
When Lord Vishnu,
yeah,
Mahavishnu, he desired to create.
Yeah.
So he glances.
Yeah.
But he avoided actually this Lakshmi Devi. You can see on this picture that he glances into Lakshmi Devi, and through Lakshmi Devi it's going to Mahamaya, means to Durga, and then of course Lord Shiva is husband to.
So I actually skipped that part because it will be too much. So I said we will only take the right portion of Krishna. So the right portion is Balaram and the left portion is Radharani. From Radharani comes the millions of Lakshmis. So we are not there yet because then it will blow their minds. It's already blown. So yeah, baby steps. But we will come there, Prabhuji. We will discuss it. Because I don't think that they will take 2 weeks to digest this, like what we studied today. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, that is true. It is true.
Through Ramadan.
Yes. Everything is through Radharani. Yeah. Us, the Jeev Tattva comes from Radharani, Shakti.
I mean, Ramadan is Lakshmi.
Yes. Lakshmi Devi is extension of Radharani. Yeah. Shakti Tattva. Yes. So it is said, what is the verse of Brahma Samhita? Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadi Govinda Sarva Karana Karana Chintamani Prakara Satma Sukalpa Vriksha Laksha Videshu Suravira Vipalayantam Lakshmi Sahasra Sambrama Sevyamanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami. Lakshmi Sahasra Sevyamanam, meaning that there are millions and millions of Lakshmi who are serving in Golok Vrindavan Dham. They are all the expansions of Radharani.
So, one question here. So, like the person or people who worship this Shakti Tattva, basically Mata Durga, they come into demigod category, right?
Yes.
So, if they are following that path, so they will be eventually going to Radharani, right?
No.
If he,
No.
Their expansions, right?
They see your bhav matters. In which bhav you are worshipping. If you are so the intention matters. Okay. For instance, whole life we can chant Krishna and Ram name whole life, but we cannot chant during we die. Right? We have done that for millions lifetime. We must have tried to deceive Krishna that I will not chant, and like Ajamil, when we die, we will chant, and we have failed miserably till today. Right? So the intention matters. You will only be able to chant while you die if you have chanted throughout your life, that too also with pure intention to enter Golok Dham. Similarly, if someone is worshipping Mother Durga, Shakti, what is the intention? If it's a give and take relationship, then no. If it is like selfless, just out of pure respect and love of Mother Durga, then the day she becomes happy, she will progress them to Hare Krishna Mahamantra. But ultimately, you will have to come to Hare Krishna Mahamantra to go to Dham.
So they cannot go to
No, not directly. No. The result of the worship of a demigod is you come to the platform of Krishna Bhakti. Were you a Krishna Bhakti when you were born? You must have worshipped some demigod. I used to worship a demigod, and I think most of us born in India worship demigods, and out of India they worship Lord Hanuman a lot, and then Lord Shiva also. So very few, like Prabhuji here, he must have worshipped demigod in his previous lifetime or sometime. Then only he got the opportunity to. It's like a ladder. When you get Kripa, then only you come to this platform of Krishna Bhakti. That is why it is said that one who is chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, they have chanted all the mantras of the Vedas. So after coming to chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, there is absolutely no need of chanting anything else. Because we have chanted all the mantras, all the tantras, everything we have done, and now finally we are in the final game.
Is there any description or mention about that? That if you are here, that means you have done something.
Yeah.
Previously, fire is gone.
Yes, 7.19 Bhagavad Gita. Bahunam Janmana Mantre Gyanvan Mam Prapadyate Vasudevam Sarvamiti Sam Atma Sudargaram. Krishna says, after millions of lives and births, one finally surrenders unto me. He takes me as supreme God, and such a soul is very rare. So Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, after millions of lifetimes, one surrenders unto me. That means we have been hearing this Krishna Katha for millions of lifetimes, not just one lifetime. Krishna Katha for millions. Then we surrender. Yes.
Are we in that variant of people like we have to be understand that very nice.
Prasad ready. So let's all other people can go down. First floor. Shall we do here only? We will close the order. ठीक है. So let's go. बैठा दो. पर्दा लगा दो. Yes, sir. You also go.
When millions of people once surrendered, are we in this?
Yes. Yeah. The fact that you have chanted a single Hare Krishna Mahamantra is you are in that million. Because until and unless we have the causeless mercy, we cannot chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. I cannot ask you to chant 64 rounds from tomorrow, can you? No. Only if someone has the mercy of Mahaprabhu will be able to chant 64 rounds. There are devotees today who chant 192 rounds every day. 192 rounds. Haridas Thakur used to chant 192 rounds every day, 3 million names. Every day they chant because they have mercy of Haridas Thakur. Jai. No, it takes 64 days. We chanted in 20 hours.
I will try to